Hi everyone. Today I'll be going over the lesson called Qualities of a Healthy Relationship. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to analyze the impact of relationships on social health, identify the characteristics of a healthy relationship, and explain what signs point to an unhealthy relationship. Relationships are the bonds you have with other people. Think about the many ways you are connected to other people and how they are connected to you. Your social network includes family members, friends, classmates, community members, and sometimes dating partners. All of the relationships or connections you form and maintain with other people affect your social health. Enjoyable, healthy, supportive relationships that make you feel good about yourself lead to positive social health. Why are relationships so important? They're going to give us support, health, and basic human needs. At every age, people live in social groups that influence their health. Many people have families and rely on friends and partners for support. Relationships meet the need to belong to a group and feel connected with and loved by other people. Your relationships also impact you emotionally. Some relationships meet basic needs, such as the needs for nutrition and shelter. Most of these relationships are in families. Think about your parents or your grandparents. Your physical health depends on these needs being met. These are some characteristics of a healthy relationship. There's honesty, which is being truthful about what you have done, what you want, and how you feel. Trust. To trust someone means to believe that person is not going to do or say something to hurt you. Mutual respect. Respect is knowing that each person has worth as a human being and has a right to have personal feelings and desires recognized. Care, commitment, and support. People demonstrate care and commitment when they show concern for another person and work to make the relationship better. Emotional control is controlling your emotions, um, is an important part of building a healthy relationship. If you cannot control your emotions, you might hurt the other person, leading to broken trust. There's understanding. When you show understanding, you acknowledge and relate to the feelings and thoughts of another person. You use empathy to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Safety. Each person feels safe with the other person. If you feel unsafe, the relationship is unhealthy, and you should speak with a trusted adult or reach out to community resources for support. The word that goes along with safety is boundaries, and these are rules about what behaviors are acceptable or unacceptable. Interpersonal skills are skills used to maintain relationships. They help people communicate and resolve conflicts in positive ways. Communication, active listening, teamwork, leadership, and conflict resolution are just some examples of interpersonal skills. So, consent is understanding. Understanding consent is an important part of respecting and communicating boundaries. Consent can be direct, which is clearly communicated agreement, verbally and non verbally, does not show hesitation. Verbal uses words, not just body language, does not occur if someone says no or nothing at all. Freely given does not occur if a person feels pressured or coerced, can be changed at any time. Informed cannot be given if a person is under the influence of drugs or alcohol, is asleep or unconscious, has certain disabilities, or is under the age of consent for an activity. So, moving on to the signs of an unhealthy relationship. Some behaviors would be angry outbursts, constant fighting, mocking, making fun of, or criticizing, extreme jealousy, telling the other person to stay away from friends or family, discouraging activities with others, threats of violence or any acts of violence, pressuring the other person into activities that make that person feel uncomfortable, showing more or less interest in maintaining the relationship than the other person, constantly excusing the other person's behavior, not respecting boundaries and consent, encouraging risky or unhealthy behaviors. Responses would be feeling unsafe or pressured, feeling used, ignored, or unappreciated, feeling angry, sad, or anxious about the relationship, feeling one can never say anything right, feeling isolated from friends and family, feeling overwhelmed or smothered. So we have reached the end of the lesson, and you should be able to analyze the impact of relationships on social health, identify the characteristics of a healthy relationship, and explain what signs point to an unhealthy relationship. Now we're just going to go over a couple review questions, and these are the questions on your Schoology assignment. The first question is, give one example of how relationships affect health. What does it mean to be honest in a relationship? In your own words, define mutual respect. Why is emotional control important for resolving conflicts? What are the characteristics of a healthy relationship? What are the characteristics of an unhealthy relationship? Reflect on a healthy relationship you have in your life. What about that relationship makes it healthy? All right, answers. So the answer number one is physical health, which is bodily harm, shelter, nutrition, mental, emotional, and social health. To tell the truth about what you have done, what you want, and how you feel. 3, mutual respect goes both ways. 4, emotional control reduces the chance that one or both people will be hurt. 5, honesty, trust, mutual respect, care, commitment, support, emotional control, understanding, safety, and interpersonal skills. Number 6, angry outbursts, constant fighting, making fun of, extreme jealousy. And then the answer number 7 is going to vary depending on your own life and situation. Now you can go ahead to Schoology to complete the assignment and reach out if you have any questions.